Hey there, Trevor again here from Montana Style, and today I'm going to be making one of our favorite fall recipes. We like to do a lot of camping in the fall and in the spring, and here in Montana, it gets really kind of cool at nighttime, and especially like in late September, which is the most beautiful time of the year, and we love making a nice hot chili. And I do it all in the Dutch oven. I cook it out on my Camp Chef. I call this my Montana style chili. I guess you could call it whatever you wanted. But what I do that makes it different than everybody else's chili is I like using about a half a pound of Italian sausage mixed in with my ground beef. So what I'm going to do is put my ground beef and my sausage mixture into my Dutch oven here. And in the sake of time, I pre-chopped my peppers and my onions. And I'm going to mix all those in right now. Then I'm going to go out onto the camp stove and I'm going to start it on about a medium high heat. And I'm going to brown off all of this sausage, ground beef, veggie mixture. I'm going to brown that all off out there, and then I'm going to add the rest of the ingredients. Now, a friend of mine showed me this a long time ago, and I laughed. I didn't think it was very good, but this is my go-to for the last almost 20 years of making chili. It's the Carol Shelby's box chili mix. You can find it at Walmart, Amazon, whatever. I'll put a link below if you can't find it, so you can go and order a box of it on Amazon. But the nice thing about this kit is it has everything you need. So when you go out camping, you don't got to worry about packing a whole bunch of different spices or anything like that. It has exactly the right amount of corn flour so you can thicken it. Because sometimes your mixture here might get a little too greasy or a little bit too runny. So you can add a little bit of this flour and it will thicken everything up. It's got all the chili spices. Everything is measured out exactly for 2 pounds. So if you're making a 2-pound chili, then everything is perfect. If you're making bigger, then you can start, maybe 2 boxes for a 4-pound. Like if I go tailgating and there's going to be I'm making it for 10 or 15 people, I just buy enough boxes of this and then just double the recipe to whatever I need, and it's perfect. And it comes with the cayenne pepper. And cayenne is hot, so you can adjust the heat level of your chili to how you like it. So I'm going to put this stuff all to the side, and I'm going to go out and we're going to brown this off together here in a second. And then I'm going to show you my second favorite thing when I'm having chili, and that is making cornbread on my Camp Chef. Now, you wouldn't think that you could make cornbread on a barbecue or a camp grill or whatever, but on the Camp Chef, because of how easy it is to control the heat, you can get it to 400 degrees just like an oven. And I'm going to show you here in a minute. I'm going to make this cornbread, and it's going to be just the same as if I was cooking it in my oven out here, but I'm going to do it all out on the Camp Chef just like I would do if I was out camping with my family. So the first thing that I do is I've got a cast iron pie pan. It's about a 10-inch pie pan. And my favorite, and you could use any box cornbread mixer, you wanted to make your own from scratch. But when I'm camping, I don't like to do anything from scratch because it's too hard to drag all the ingredients. But I love this Famous Dave's cornbread. It's really, really good. And I have a little twist on it that makes it even better. So I start out with just the box cornbread recipe, and I have my Camp Chef out there. It's warming up right now. It's getting preheated to 400 degrees. This takes about 30 minutes to cook out on the Camp Chef. So what I do is I pour the cornbread mixture in here, and cornbread is one of those things that my grandpa made it for me when I was a kid. We could always count on my grandfather making cornbread, and it was one of the best memories I ever had of him is making this kind of stuff for us when we're out camping. I'm sure that you guys have memories of your grandparents, and leave me something in the comments below. Tell me, what is your favorite memory from when you were back camping, because I'd love to know and share some stories with you guys. But anyway, so I've got my cornbread. It requires 1 egg, so I'm going to crack 1 egg. Put that in here. Just going to put this in a little trash bowl. Now this is the secret ingredient. This is what makes this cornbread really, really good, is I use about a half a can of cream style corn. It can be whatever kind you want. And I cut the milk back by half, because what it calls for is 1/3 of a cup of milk and 1/3 of a cup of water and 1 egg. But by using the cream corn, that takes up some of the milk. So I pour cream corn in there, the egg, the milk, and 1/3 of a cup of water. Pour this all in together. Stir this all up until it's incorporated really, really well. Takes just a minute to whisk this all up. Set this aside. Now I've seasoned this pan 2 or 3 times, and then after I'm done, I just wipe it back out, and I never wash it with soap, so it's good and seasoned, and it'll be real nonstick. So then I just pour my cornbread mixture in here. About 30 minutes on the Camp Chef at 400 degrees. The thermostat is pretty accurate, so just look to get your temperature set, and if it's really cold outside or hot outside, just adjust it until you get to 400 degrees for about 30 minutes. Okay, now we're out here. I've got my Camp Chef. It is right at 400 degrees, so that's perfect. So I'm going to take our cornbread that we made earlier. It's going to be yummy. I'm going to sneak it in here, and this side of the grill is hot, and this side of the grill is not. So I've got an indirect heat. I'm going to close the lid. I'm going to look at my watch, and in 25 minutes, I'm going to check on this. Now, I have had beef and the Italian sausage. It's been out here just for a few minutes, and I started simmering it down. And I'm going to get this all cooked up until everything is cooked through. The peppers and the onions are soft, and then we are going to go ahead and go to the next step. Okay, we've had this cooking here for a few minutes. I've got my ingredients here are all browned off. Now the next step in the recipe is, we just get great value, but you can do whatever. You can use kidney beans, you can use black beans, you can use whatever kind of beans you like, but a can of kidney beans, one small can of tomato sauce, we like to get the diced tomatoes, and the nice thing is when you're camping, you can buy all this stuff in cans, and you can just pack it. You don't have to worry about it getting hot or cold. It's nice and convenient. Then the last step in the recipe is a 1.5 cups of water. Put that in. Add your chili. Now, me and my son like things really spicy. Jackie likes a little bit of spice too, and so I never know how hot to make it if I'm feeding a bunch of people. So since it's just a lot easier to add spice than to take it out, just use about half of the cayenne. If you use too much of it and it's too hot for anybody to eat, nobody's going to like your chili. So we stir all this up. Okay, here we are. It is finished. Now I let the chili simmer a little bit longer than I thought. It took just a smidge longer today for some reason, but it's all simmered up. My cornbread is over here. It looks delicious. The only thing it's going to need is some honey butter, and that is going to be just fantastic. So let's take a look at our chili here. Remember, this cast iron stays hot for a long time, so always have something to put it on. Oh, wow. Look at that chili. This is really, really, really good. Let's spoon some up here. Yum. That's really good. That really lean ground beef and the Italian sausage just gives it a different flavor than most ordinary chilies that you eat. The only thing this thing is missing is I need to add some cheese, a little sour cream, and some red onions, and this would be just delicious. And if you're looking for a review on the Camp Chef, I did that in another video, and I'll put that up here, and it'll give you a good idea of how versatile that thing really is. And if you want to eat some really delicious chili, have some delicious cornbread, you can do it when you're out camping. You don't have to do this at home. I could make this anywhere. So I'm going to enjoy this chili. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you got some value out of it, take a second, hit the like and subscribe button. It helps me out, it helps the channel out. And if there's recipes that you would like me to try, something you think that I can't possibly make out on the Camp Chef, I'm up for a challenge. So hit it up in the comments below, throw something at me. Let's see if I can figure out how to whip it up on the Camp Chef. But take a look at that chili. Unbelievable. I'm gonna have dinner. Take care, guys.